right now, like right this second.
Aki.
My goodness.
Yeah,
Welcome back,
it's
everybody, to another episode of the SVT Podcast. Uh, it's just S&V today, so just kidding.
you keep saying that. It's not S&V.
I
It
know, I know.
it's
I wish he was here.
VT.
So it's TV. So just like
Yeah,
live TV. So,
that's right. It's live TV. Here we go.
Vince, how are you doing, bud?
I'm all right, man. Yeah, just starting the process of maybe buying a vehicle, and so
Okay.
wish me luck with that.
Yeah, man.
It's always tough out in these car buying streets, right? So
Don't I
yeah.
know? Don't I know?
So that process has begun. Yeah, here we go. That's all I'm gonna say on that matter for now.
Well, sweet, sweet. We've got our boy Tim on the ones and twos. I feel like we haven't mentioned him or shot him out last couple episodes. So thank you, Tim, for
Always
always holding it
appreciate
down for
him.
us, man. Thank you, thank you. Without further ado, I think we should just start rolling into the news here. This week's episode is playoff hopes and Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's your doing.
yeah. You got to stay to the end to figure out what the heck's going on with Barry Bonds. So let's jump right into it. Basketball season, while it may not be active, it is still going, and Chet Holmgren is certainly going to make sure that he can swim in a bathtub full of cash. And
That's
the
right. He's going
OKC,
full Scrooge McDuck, man.
hmm OKC have agreed to a 5-year, 250 million fully guaranteed rookie max extension. So he is going to be swimming in that 7 foot frame of money. So good for him. It looks like cup groups have been announced. Now, before we jump into the cup groups, because I know that you got all the imaging and the details about the cup groups here.
Yeah, yeah,
Man, I saw the Warriors cup group.
yeah.
I mean, there's just no. Is there a friendly God out there? Because he certainly wasn't here for this cup group here. So
No, no, nope. I mean, so the Warriors are in Western Group C, so that would be the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Spurs, and the Portland Trailblazers. So, uh, check the scoreboard. I'm right. There is no God. At least for the Warriors' sake, that is. Good God, that was not fun. That wasn't fun to wake up to that, man.
yeah,
That's brutal. So the Warriors are gonna fill out the schedule there. They're not gonna be winning the NBA Cup this season, I don't think. I mean, I never really count on the Warriors winning the NBA Cup anyway, because at least since they've introduced the NBA Cup, this will only be the third year of it. They haven't been good enough, at least early enough in the season, to be a contender for it. And I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be more of the same this year. They're gonna probably be a slow starting team. Again, they'll have to make a move or two, and then once those moves hit, that's when we'll see. If they hit right, then maybe they'll be contending again and on their way,
Well,
and just have to
speaking of
avoid an injury.
speaking of pending moves, nothing is announced yet, but it sounds like the Warriors are making their final push to sign Al Horford. Looks like he was an interest with the Lakers, and I believe the Nuggets was the other team that's has come in late here as a team of interest here for Al Horford. But news reporting is that the Warriors are making their final push to try and get him signed.
Also, the Thunder also gave Jalen Williams the max rookie extension
That was the
for
other
5 years and 287 million. So the Thunder are cashing out their young stars. So they have the space to do it right now. They just won the chip. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And they got all kinds of picks coming in as well. So the ones they are cashing out, they'll get paid, and then the ones they don't, those young stars, they'll
Move
land
them
somewhere
on.
else and they'll get paid by somebody else. I'm sure, whatever.
Yep. Absolutely.
Breaking news was the Mavericks shut down Cooper Flag after 2 games in the summer league. So
I
I
mean,
guess
put up
we've seen
30,
enough.
30. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we're good. Kid, get ready to.
he's done. Yeah, they saw enough.
Yeah. That's smart. I think more teams should totally do that. If I'm being honest with you, especially with the number one pick. I think 1 through 5. I think you're getting a good evaluation at that point, right? So, anyways, um, that's it for me on the NBA. And we already
Yeah.
switched to the other side of the hardwood here.
Yeah. So let's just talk Valkyries real quick then.
Yeah.
So they get the win at Indiana. It was a
Mhm.
19-point blowout, 80-61. They put the clamps on Caitlin Clark. That was Wednesday morning.
Yeah, they held her to 10 points, man. Ten
Yep.
points.
This is the second game in a row they put the clamps on her big time. Like she could not. She like they put the defensive effort on her big time. They really roughed her up a bit. And then unfortunately on Saturday they go into Las Vegas. They end up losing by 2. It's the first game that they've scored and the first game that they've allowed 100 points in their franchise history. So they
Hmm.
lose 104-102.
That one was a
So
crazy one because with 17
yeah,
seconds left, Emma Hayes hit that crazy one-footed. Uh,
Hayes,
jump,
Hayes was national team coach.
she hit the crazy three-pointer. Unfortunately, with the intentional foul and just time not on their side, there's no way
Yeah,
they could get that over. But you know what their biggest issue is? It's the same issue that the men are plagued with that play on the same court as the Valkyries. Turnovers. Like,
hmm
dear Lord. Defensively, they're there. They can shoot the lights out with any team. For instance, the Vegas game, they had 10 turnovers that led to 11 points, right?
hmm
Now, look, 10 turnovers, you're like, oh, that's not that bad. Yes, but they also played less minutes than, the men's do. So,
right.
evaluation, it's kind of par and similar to you doing
In
like,
terms of turnover rate,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
So here's a little bit of a fun fact from Marissa and Jemmy from the SF Chronicle. Actually, 3 of the Valkyries' 8 best shooting games of the season came on this road trip, and they were all losses,
Yep.
along with 3 of their 7 worst defensive showings. So
I bet you
the
turnovers
best
can be
shooting
right there
game ever
too.
for the Valks was the loss on Saturday. So it's just it's wild. I don't know, man. Like so, if they can figure out the shooting and the defense at the same time, like get the defense and the shooting to be active at the same time. Like we've seen it happen a couple of times, like the Seattle game a couple of weeks ago, where they ended up blowing the doors off of them. They ended up winning by like 27 or something like that.
Right.
That's certainly something that obviously you want to see that happen more often. They're gonna have the chance because you got the tonight they're playing the Phoenix Mercury. They're going up to Seattle on Wednesday to play the Storm. Friday, they're coming back home to play Dallas Wings, and then Sunday they're at the Connecticut Sun. So Dallas, just checking up on the standings real quick. You have the Connecticut Sun. They only have 3 wins, and that's as of literally 10 minutes ago when I pulled the standings. Uh, 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 Dallas, they're bottom of the Western Conference. You would expect them. You would expect a win there. The Storm, if the Valkyries get the win against the Storm, that's a tiebreaker.
Yes.
You would now own the tiebreaker against the Storm. You're only 1 game back in the loss column against the Storm right now. They've played a couple more games, so they're like a couple games up in the standings. So, but if you on Wednesday, if you beat the Storm, you're tied in the loss column then at this point, and then you play out a couple more games and you have the tiebreaker on them. So that would be huge. You
Well,
get that win on Wednesday,
also
and
too,
you've already beat them twice.
don't forget, uh, Ileana Rupert. She's coming to the team tomorrow.
hmm
Due to
they just waived Stephanie Talbot to make room for her.
she can shoot the lights out too, but she also plays some solid defense as well too. So rebounding is kind of one of her also specialties. Kind of helps when you're tall, So
Mhm.
I'm excited to see what that's going to look like too on the team. You're stretching the floor. You get to open the floor more. Because like one thing I did notice watching the couple games here is that they are trying their absolute hardest to feed the 3-point shooters over picks rub screens, and
Mhm.
everyone's just blowing through those screens. Like obviously there's going to be some chemistry,
Mhm.
but I do find myself being a little frustrated. I'm just yelling at the screen and be like telling the center, whoever the center may be, hold the pick just like a smidge longer. You're dropping out way too early and you're causing turnovers. Like I think 3 or 4 of them happened against the Aces where they're getting their pocket pick because they're releasing a ball and not holding the screen, and it's just, anyways, it will get ironed out. I'm sure it will. I'm sure they watch game tape, and I'm sure they're going to see it as just much as I can see it sitting on the couch. So, um, but I think Ileana's going to be here to help out on that. She played for Team France, so she's got a lot of experience going for her as well too. So I'm excited to see her being the newest addition to the team here with us.
Yeah, totally. Just a fun fact: as of July 11th, so before the Las Vegas game, the Valkyries the Valkyries were favored to clinch a postseason spot, which of course means finishing in the top 8 of the 13-team league. They had minus 140 odds in Vegas to make the playoffs at that point. They opened the season at plus 1600 or 16-1. They had the longest odds to make the playoffs when the season started. So if anybody threw some money at the beginning of the year just to be like, screw it, let's just see what happens.
Yeah, it might be paying out here for you.
Probably paying out pretty good for you at that point. But let's see. Just a fun fact: of the league's 10 other expansion teams since the WNBA started, none have ever made the postseason in their first season, and
Right.
only one has ever had a winning record, and that was the Detroit Shock in 1998. Okay, so the Valkyries have a chance to do something really, really cool here. Okay, so that's on like that is right there for the taking. So let's finish above 500, let's make the playoffs, and let's make some noise. Okay, so that's really really exciting times. The WNBA as a whole, like a wider look, I got a fun Angel Reese stat for you. Okay,
Okay.
you ready for this? All right, this is most rebounds this season. Okay,
Oh
Angel
yeah.
Reese leads the league in rebounds. Okay, 255 total rebounds.
Sure.
If you take out the me bounds, which are the ones where she's like, like she misses and gets her own rebound. If you
Okay.
take those out, she is still leading the league with 228. All right, if you take out the fourth quarter rebounds, Angel Reese leads the league with rebounds at 182. Like if you only take out her fourth quarter rebounds and let everybody else have all of theirs, okay? If you take out Angel Reese's offensive rebounds and let everybody else have all of their rebounds, she still leads the league in rebounds at 176. Azure Stevens is number 2 in total rebounds at 172. So like Angel Reese is like lapping the field in rebounds,
Wow.
like total rebounds. So just to give some context, if anybody's like coming like up the road to try to like argue against greatness, take a seat, come on, there's some really great things happening. Angel Reese is doing some amazing things, and let Bayou Barbie cook, man, calm
Yeah.
down,
You Barbie. Yeah, yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
that was her
Yeah,
college nickname.
that's
I'm
right.
bringing
And
it back. I'm
LSU.
sprinkling
Yep.
it back in there,
That's
all
great.
right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so right now, current standings, the Valkyries are 10-10. They're at 500 right now, and like we said, they have a golden opportunity, Golden State, to get back above 500 and really make some noise. They're currently sitting. I believe they're in a playoff spot right now. As we
Yeah,
look,
I
yes,
think they're.
yeah, they are half a game clear of the Las Vegas Aces for the final playoff spot. As I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is neck and neck right now. Obviously, the Aces are a pretty good team. They're one of the teams that everybody talks about as being a championship contender, and they're a little down right now, and they're still trying to integrate everybody after losing Kelsey Plum and trying to figure that out. So uh, I would expect that that's going to be a tough to hold on there. So you want to try to stack up as many wins as possible and try to make try to make a difference as best you can everywhere else you can. So don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to fight off the aces for that final spot, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, looks like we can move ourselves to the pitch over here.
That's
Um,
right.
Tim's got a finger up. Are we going, Tim? Are we going to the pitch? You
Yes,
taking us to the pitch, Tim?
that's right. To the
All
pitch.
right, here we go. U.S. women's national team had some official news going on here. What happened here, Vincey?
Breaks my heart. It's been 3 years coming, but Tobin Heath made it official. She's officially retired from professional soccer. It's 3 years after her last match. The Athletic had a wonderful story about it. I read the whole thing. I almost cried reading it. Her last goal came 3 years ago. Almost like actually like we're about a month short of exactly 3 years ago from her last goal. But basically she had really bad injuries and hasn't been able to play for the last 3 years. And she was trying to come back for the last two the first two of those 3 years. She's been fighting through injuries, trying to like rehab and come back, and it's just has not her body just has not been able to respond, and it's just not happening, and it's unfortunate, man. uh you just I actually saw a picture online of the 2019 World Cup Championship starters for the final, the championship game,
Uh-huh.
and you look at it, and there's of the 11 starters on the field, there's still three of them that are still active players. Um, uh, you still have Rose Lavelle. She's been fighting injuries off and on a lot too. She just came back to after 6 months, right? To national duty. Crystal Dunn, still because of her versatility, she still finds herself in national team camp a lot. Abby Dahlkemper is the last one, is the last of the three from that starting roster. She has not been in any of the U.S. women's national team camps since the beginning of 2024. And that was in part due to injury, but now it's also because I think with the new coach, they've decided to move in a different direction. Abby is on the wrong side of 30, and they're looking to get younger, and they're trying to, build, expand the pool, right? Unfortunately, expanding the pool doesn't traditionally involve veteran center backs that aren't fast. Unfortunately, that's she's been a for the most part a great addition for Bay FC, and she's the reason Bay FC was able to turn it around last season and sneak into the playoffs. And I know, I mean, you heard me rave about it all last year. That being said, I mean, she's not fast. She's wily and does a lot of savvy veteran moves, and is head smart, and is positions herself well and does all the veteran moves and stuff. Like that's her advantage there. And there is a spot for someone like that, but you can't have an entire team full of players like that, because other teams are fast. You can't you can't be only smart players. You got to have some fast players too. And
Right.
there's just not enough room for her in the national team anymore, I don't think. So I mean, never say never, but I don't think she's getting any more national team looks going forward, which is a little bit of a bummer that her back ended up taking her out of that. But so you look at that picture, and it's it's a little sad to see it. I look at injuries taking out quite a few of them, and then uh, old age taking out a couple of other ones, and then you still have a couple of them that are trying to make it happen. So good on them. But and Alex Morgan, a little bit of all of the above, and then like the pregnancy as well. So um yeah. So it's just kind of a interesting thing to look back at, and it also makes you remember that 2019 was 6 years ago, and that
Yeah.
time is a flat circle, and wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, uh Doctor Who reference. um yeah, so Tobin Heath, man. The first goal that she scored was like a nutmeg, man, through like a goalkeeper. Like it was like a absolute wild thing to see. Like she was she could do things with the ball, magic, like she was pure magic when she was in form, man. And it was wild when she was on. And if you didn't get a chance to watch her, you missed out. And I would highly recommend watching Tobin Heath highlights when you got a chance, because it was something else. Even that last goal that she scored, she megged the defender and then like just rocket past the goalkeeper. And just yeah. In the chat, Papa G, Father Time is undefeated. Truly,
Absolutely.
you know. Man, it's a bummer. Sucks, but what can you say? Hell of a career, obviously. She now holds like she does her own podcast and is like doing like like brand ambassador type stuff, and does all kinds of cool stuff too. So like she's still around the game and does cool stuff. So that's good at least. So we'll keep hearing from Tobin. So that's good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
On the men's side, they did announce the October friendlies, but they had already previously announced the September ones as well. I just wanted to get all of them out at once. So upcoming September friendlies on September 6th, they're hosting South Korea in Harrison, New Jersey. On September 9th, they're hosting Japan in Columbus, Ohio. So they announced the October friendlies. That'll be the October 10th versus Ecuador in Austin, Texas. They're hosting Australia on the 14th in Denver. And all of these like all let's see, both of the October opponents are they're both ranked in the top 25 of FIFA's rankings. Australia's 24th, Ecuador's 25. So that'll be a nice litmus test. I believe USA is like high teens or something like that. I think they're like 18th or 19th or
Right.
something like that. So I forgot to check what theirs were. I just saw the article. And all four opponents have already qualified for the 2026 World Cup. So all four of them are a potential preview match. So
Okay.
they
Okay.
obviously they haven't pulled any group like they haven't assigned any groups to anybody yet, so we don't know who's playing where or who or anything yet. So we may get to see them again in short order, but or maybe not at all. But that's the magic of the little balls in the spinning bowl,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Just one quick note on Bay FC. We have a couple of summer friendly matches in the next couple of weeks. On the 19th, they're playing Angel City, and then the following week they're playing a team from China. I forget the name of the team, but we are going to that match because of the Hello Kitty bucket hats.
Yes, we are.
That's right. So if you're going, say what's up to us. We'd be happy to say we're happy to chop it up. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else soccer wise, man?
No, I think that's
No,
it, man.
we are ripping through this, man. I'm having fun. This is cool. Time to talk hockey. It's hockey talk, man.
I'm ready. Oh, he said we left the pitch and now we're on the ice. Hopefully, we brought our
Right.
skates with us. Um, these Sharks did something. What do we got going on here, man?
All right. So a couple of moves. They traded defenseman Henry Thrun to Toronto for forward Ryan Reeves. Adding some grit to protect the kids, a little sandpaper.
That's what I'm thinking.
Ryan Reeves was a guy that we were rooting against very loudly a few years ago in the playoffs.
Yep.
So it's going to be a little odd to be cheering for him.
Yes.
But I am it's the kind of guy that you need on your team, especially if you got a lot of young talent. You need somebody that's gonna be able to keep anybody from getting any ideas,
Yeah.
You don't want anybody taking a run at Celebrini, because if they do, you see Ryan Reeves back there ready to throw down. and he has at least a little bit of and every guy that fights in the NHL now, they at least have at least a little bit of stick handling ability. They can at least put the puck in the net a little bit. They can at least score. They're at least worthy of being on a fourth line.
Yeah.
They're not out there just being a goon.
Yeah, I think Ryan
They're
Reeves
not
is
out there going full Sean William Scott. They're like actually they can actually score a little bit.
yeah, I think Ryan
So
Reeves is a fourth liner and an emergency third liner for barring any injuries. I think is a perfect fit for him. But yeah, I agree, man. I mean, it's gonna be weird to root for him. But hey, he gets in one fight to protect Celebrini, he'll be a Shark legend right then and there. So
right, yeah.
protect the kids, man. Protect the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, protect
So
the kids. That's the important thing, right? Another signing, Jeff Skinner. He was signed for a 1-year, $3 million contract. He's going to play with his old mate, Tyler Toffoli. They were on a youth hockey team together. One of the Instagram accounts that follows hockey was like, actually put a picture of them together. Like they were both wearing letters on their youth hockey team, and Tyler Toffoli and Jeff Skinner with their little head coach, and it's like the little Montreal Canadiens
right,
team.
right.
Reunited once again, but this time in teal. It's very cute. It's nice. Yeah. So that's fun. Yeah. I think it's a solid signing. He was playing on the Oilers. Yeah. So just another depth forward, a guy that can score a bit. He's a veteran presence. All those cliches that you hear, and he's
could be a
important
locker
piece.
room mentor for Misa for
Yeah, and
all of her kids. So
he's gonna help Toffoli not feel quite as old. I
yeah.
guess.
Well, I
Uh,
think Ryan Reeves is automatically taken that mantle from him.
right. Yeah. Toph's gonna have at least another guy in the leadership group that's uh gonna be there. He's not gonna have to share a room with slumber parties or whatever the hell was going on, milk and cookies at midnight or whatever the hell those kids were doing.
Yeah, exactly. Just had one last thing here. This weekend was the American Century Celebrity Golf Tournament in Tahoe. Most notably, Steph Curry has always been in that, to the exception of last year, because last year he was winning USA Gold, so he couldn't be there. So, um, Joe Pavelski was there, and
Sharks legend. Yep.
he just had his 41st birthday this weekend, and he celebrated it by winning the American Century Celebrity Golf Tournament. Not only did he win it, he walked off with an eagle, which is 2 under what the hole is required on the 18th. Basically, it's like slam dunking it or shooting a deep three when the buzzer is going off. However, whatever reference, hitting a home run when at the bottom of the ninth with no out or 2 outs left. However you want to reference that, but that's how Joe Pavelski won this tournament. Shout out, congratulations to you, to Joe, on your 41st and the win there. Other notable players, Steph Curry did play this year. He finished in 5th. And Charles Barkley, who finished 69th.
Nice.
Giggity. But he had the run of his life on Friday. He finished with 2 birdies, one of which was the 88-yard shot that he hit on the green. The ball spun backwards, went right into the cup. And that was all the luck he could muster, because he was awful from there on out for the rest of the weekend.
Oh, you don't talk about the whole round. You talk about the one shot that mattered. You talk about the one shot. That's
it.
I may hate golf, but I know that rule, man. I know that rule. You talk about the one shot you made. You don't worry about the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly.
When I talk about mini golf, I talk about the 4 holes and ones that I made. I don't worry about the rest of it. The rest of the rounds went great too, by the way. But I talk about the 4 in a row.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, just that'd be a fun little nugget there, though, about Captain Joe Pavelski there for you. So,
Captain, my captain, Captain America. I've literally got a Joe Pavelski Captain America bobblehead sitting on my shelf right there that I love.
Perfect, man.
I love it.
All righty. Well, I think it's time that we move to the diamond here.
Yeah, this is rare baseball news for us.
Yeah. Well, first things first, the home run derby is going off. Last time I checked, Oneil Cruz was hitting, I should say, and he went on a tear after his break and is now tied for
21 is what he just hit, I think.
Yep. So, anyways, we'll monitor that. If we see the next round, we'll tell you guys here. But one thing to note, I'm gonna let you say it. I'm curious what energy, emotion you're bringing with this.
I would like to say a wholehearted congratulations to the fans of the Tampa Bay Rays. I genuinely mean this. I am so thrilled for you guys. You're getting rid of your shit owner, Stu Sternberg. The Tampa Bay Rays sale it sounds like it's going through. You're going to get somebody else in there. It's being sold to a group led by Jacksonville developer Patrick Zalupski I think is how you say the name, for about 1.7 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been agreed to in principle and is expected to be completed as soon as September. A person briefed on the process who was not authorized to speak publicly told The Athletic earlier today. Zalupski is expected to keep the team in the Tampa Bay area with a strong preference to be in Tampa rather than St. Petersburg, the source said. So that sounds like Eber Harbor, maybe.
Could be.
Could be Eber Harbor. That's maybe we're revisiting that option again, which from the reports that we're talking to the people, the citizens of the area, that sounded like a preferred area anyway, was
right
area right around the harbor there. So congrats on getting rid of your shit owner. I'm genuinely happy for you. I really am. I wish that would happen for the A's. Obviously, it hasn't happened. I don't foresee that happening for the A's, but you never know. I can dream, a man can dream, but
one could hope.
This is about the Rays right now, and I truly am thrilled because no matter what happens, a bad owner is gone. Now, this new guy, we obviously don't know if he's going to be a good owner or a bad owner.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how it's going to work, what kind of stadium he's going to get built, how it's going to happen. He says he would prefer, the plan is to keep the team in Tampa. We don't know how everything is going to work out. Like these are all just words right now until actions actually happen. It's all just, wishes are horses, right? Whatever freaking, I don't know, it doesn't it's just all pretty little statements, nice sentiments. That being said, it's optimism. It is a change of pace. It's a new life. It's new blood. It makes me think about the best case scenario is what happened to the Warriors when Joe Lacob came in. That is your absolute best case scenario.
Yeah, I mean,
look at a new guy in here.
Joe Lacob literally made the Valkyries a $500 million ball club, and the first year of owning them, the most successful WNBA team ever.
Yeah, the most financially successful WNBA team right off the rip. Okay, it's not just that. Like that's like we wax poetic about the financial success and the on-court success that Joe Lacob has brought with not just what the Valkyries done, but with the Warriors over the last dozen years. Okay, we've talked about that at length. And getting the championships and everything, that is your best case scenario with this new guy. Your worst case scenario is kind of what you've already been going through anyway. So your worst case scenario is a lateral move and you're losing the team anyway, right? Like be it to Orlando or he takes this team to Jacksonville or something else. Like that's your worst case scenario. Maybe they end up going to Nashville or whatever, like any of these other, markets that are looking to get baseball that are that may try to poach a team. Like that's your worst case scenario. Your best case scenario is he gets a stadium built in Tampa area, be it St. Pete or in Tampa proper, and they start winning championships. That
best case scenario.
That's your best case scenario. Your worst case scenario is you're right where you are currently. So no matter what happens, it doesn't get worse. Okay.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens, like this is good. This can't be any worse, and I am genuinely happy for Rays fans because like the worst is over. The worst is over. Like as far as like what Stu Sternberg has done, like that part it sucks, and he's going to be gone. Now it's time for the new guy. I mean, if he does end up being the guy that takes your team away, that part will suck, and we will be there for you. We will empathize with you as, former A's fans. We will get it. We will understand your pain, and we will be here for you with that as well. And we got your back on that. Believe that, okay? And that part will suck even more. But right now, if Stu Sternberg stayed, that team was definitely gone for sure.
Oh yeah.
But now that he's gone, get the spoons ready because here comes the hopium. Like that's what that's what it is, man. So there you go. That's the baseball rant, I guess, for me. But now I guess it's time for you. Sam's actually in the chat. Hold on. No matter what happens, you have a team of your a Tampa Bay Rays fan. Sealer wanted the A's out of Oakland. Fisher did MLB dirty deeds. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Totally. Yeah. Right. So you brought this to our table.
I did. I wanted
what are you
to.
What are you serving us?
I'm gonna serve you a trivia game first here.
Okay.
There are 7 players to have hit 35 or more home runs before the All-Star break. Can you name at least 3?
Well, Barry.
Okay, that's one. Think of all your power hitters.
So I'm gonna go Sammy Sosa.
Ooh, he was not on the list.
Ooh. Okay, so Mark McGwire then.
Mark McGwire is one of them.
Okay.
Give me one more.
Aaron Judge.
He was very close last year, but he was at 34.
Okay. I knew he was close. Let's see.
Think of one of the most.
Would Griffey? Was Griffey?
Griffey was number 7.
Yep.
So
okay.
Your number 1 is Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Okay. At the time, your second place was Chris Davis at 37. Okay. Mark McGwire at 37. Reggie Jackson at 37. Luis Gonzalez at 35.
Gonzo, I forgot about Gonzo.
And the kid here, Griffey, at 35. Until Cal Riley showed up for the Seattle Mariners this year.
Cal Riley, big dumper.
Oh, yeah. He hit 37. And then to finish it out, he did 38 with a grand slam. Tied Barry Bonds for most home runs before the All-Star break, which is crazy because there's so many stats that Barry Bonds has that nobody's ever going to come close to touching. Much like, the all steals records. I don't think anyone's going to touch DiMaggio's record, at least in our time area. No one's gotten close outside of maybe, I think, 40 hits, and you're still
40 games with a hit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think we're going to see that either. So what Cal's doing is absolutely impressive. He's on track to do 69, 70 home runs, right? And so I wanted to deep dive into it. I was like, well, he plays for the Mariners. Shout out because I'm wearing the Mariners spring training shirt.
I'm wearing teal. I didn't even plan that.
I know.
That was just lucky.
I wanted to do a deep dive, and I was like, well, Cal's hit 38 home runs to tie Barry Bonds. He's on pace to do 70. Who knows if he breaks the record? But he plays in Seattle, and Seattle's always been known to me as not really a hitter-friendly park, right? Just given everything about it. Mm-hmm. So I dove into it, right? Where he plays at might actually be underselling how powerful his season really is. So to start this whole thing here, the ideal launch angle of hitting a home run, just so I can teach everyone the basics here, is around 30 to 33 degrees. So you hitting the ball, it launching off the bat at 30 to 33 degrees is the most ideal angle to get a ball out of a ballpark, okay? So T-Mobile Park, as I've known, has always been one of the toughest places for MLB to hit home runs, especially for left-handed hitters. Now, Cal is a switch hitter, but he predominantly is a left-handed hitter, and he's hit I think 24 of his home runs left-handed. Okay,
And that's actually because when you're a switch hitter, you 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 hit on the opposite side of where the pitcher is. So you face a lot more right-handed pitchers than you do left-handed pitchers. So he hits left-handed a lot more often than he hits right-handed. So there you go.
correct,
That would be why.
correct. So I was thinking like what to me makes me think of Seattle as like a really hard place to hit. Well, it's got cool moisture. It's
Mhm.
near sea level. Okay. And I was thinking of all of those factors go into being really hard to hit a ball, much like how the Coliseum used to be, where if it was kind of colder at night, you sometimes balls weren't going out that would go out in the daytime, right? So then I was like, well, okay, well, what ballpark would be the easiest for a left-handed hitter to hit? Yankee Stadium, shortest porch, definitely can get a lot more left-handed home runs. Maybe why Aaron Judge was so successful on hitting some home runs to that short porch over there. Now, there is some great things like Stat News where they can overlay stadiums with each other, right?
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, well, let's look at Mariners Park and all the home runs that Cows hit and almost hit that became flyouts to the wall and overlay Yankee Stadium, right? He would have already been at 41 home runs if he had been playing in Yankee Stadium. Okay. So 38, he would have already broken Barry Bonds' record. Okay. And then I was like, well, stat news, that's cool. That's like a 2% increase on home runs. But it doesn't explain moisture and air temperatures and sea level and all that wonderful stuff, right? So then I was like, well, is there a way to figure that out? There is. Okay. So Adam Jacobson via the grandsalamitime.com wrote an excerpt on this just recently. Okay. He put out a chart and he put out that said the cool, humid climate of Seattle. He put out the humidity and the marine air layer, the low elevation and prevailing winds, and did a whole entire chart and set Seattle as the baseline and every other ballpark. And how would it be if Cal were to play for any other team? Obviously, Colorado, uh, Phoenix is going to be your top two teams, right? As
Mhm.
far as getting a baseball out of there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see, okay, well, Yankee Stadium. If the baseline is one, okay, because that's what we're going to go with Seattle. He basically had what I guess was right, a 2.7% chance of hitting more home runs in Yankee Stadium. Okay. So then I was like, okay, well, where are they at on the list here as far as 30 baseball teams? The Yankees are 23rd on the list as far as being able to hit a ball out at a 30-degree launch angle, 33 launch angle, right? Well, Barry Bonds came to mind. Where are the San Francisco Giants as far as a ballpark? If the Yankees are 23rd on this list out of 30 teams, I've already given you Colorado and I've given you Phoenix or Arizona. What are the other? Where do you think Seattle? I'm sorry. Where do you think San Francisco ranks on this list here?
Just barely above Seattle.
They are 11th overall.
Okay.
So at a 30-degree launch angle, if Cal had played for San Francisco, he would have a 5% more chance of hitting home runs. And with that splash zone over there, he'd be sitting at 44 home runs before the All-Star break.
Hmm.
So my question is, yes, Barry Bonds is amazing. Yes, Barry Bonds is one of the best hitters of all time. You get no arguments from me on that one. But if Cal were to even get close to 70 and say 70, could you argue that his home run single season might be better than Barry Bonds's single season home run records, given that where he plays and he could have hit more home runs if he didn't play in Seattle?
Here's the argument that I will make. Barry Bonds hit 73 home runs when they were not pitching to him at all. Barry Bonds, in those 73 home runs, he maybe got 150 pitches total that season that he could have hit. Like,
There we go. I wanted
like,
to see where we were going to
that,
go.
and he put half of those pitches out of the yard. That's the one difference, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, Cal's getting the
obviously
treatment now.
I'm
Cal's
not
getting the
watching.
treatment.
I'm not watching baseball, so I don't know what the what Cal's treat like what kind of pitches.
So
Cal's
Cal
seeing,
had the
obviously.
chance not to say that he was going to hit it, But on Sunday, the last game before the All-Star break, Detroit didn't want to pitch to him, so
Okay.
they walked him. They did not
Okay.
want him to break Barry Bonds' record on their watch. So he's getting Barry treatment now.
Good.
Yeah, but
He got Barry treatment once.
that we know of. I'm sure he's getting more now, and we'll see.
Yeah, a little bit more now, sure. Yeah, but Barry treatment lasted for about a decade. Okay. Barry's treatment was like Barry got like that rate, like the stats that I like we read pre-show, like there was things like if you took out the 7 MVP seasons, he still hits 440 home runs, you know, and still has like 360 ish stolen bases. He's it like you take out every single home run and turn it into an out, and he still has a 382 on base percentage or something like that. Barry Bonds, if you like in 2004, one of those MVP seasons, he got on base 376 times, and he only had 373 at bats because walks don't count as at bats, you know. So like just the absolute the amount of respect, I guess, the amount of avoidance that teams showed Barry, like if they didn't avoid Barry to that degree, I think Barry might have hit like 450 or 500 like during that stretch. If he would have got the pitch selection that Cal Raleigh gets, I would imagine. I think Barry hits for like 450 or something like that, like in during those seasons. That would be my hypothesis without ever even knowing what Cal Raleigh's getting right now. That would be my first argument. Like that would be my first hypothesis. And then I would go back and test that and see like
Sure.
what kind of pitches Cal's getting and just deep diving that. And that's where I would
Oh,
start.
his 37th home run. I watched it before. Well, I watched it a couple days ago. But anyways, it was so far outside the plate, and he hit it. He pulled it. It was the craziest thing ever. So I can't. It was probably about maybe a good 3 to 4 inches off the plate, and he still pulled it to left field over there. So that was impressive to see, to be honest with you. But
Papa G in the chat says, I once saw Barry break a bat and it still went out. Yeah, Barry was something else. Like even before the steroids, like he was a Hall of Famer before the steroids, and that goes like to taking away the MVP seasons argument. You take out those MVP seasons, like he was a Hall of Famer before 2001. You know,
yeah.
like in there's not a like he should be in the Hall of Fame already, and I've ranted about that for decades now at this point.
Oh, also one thing to note too, that 7-tiered list of players hitting 35 home runs before the All-Star break. He's the only catcher to do it too, which is fun. Mike Piazza is not on that list, so no. Mike Piazza is not even on the top 15 of that list. So,
the check swing home run, Sam says in the chat as well.
Yeah. You know what? Funny, I thought about it because of the broken bat situation here. It made me think about the I want to say it was the Giants' first, World Series run there of the dynasty. I remember Hunter. Maybe it was the second one. Hunter Pence
wasn't on the team in 2010. He was on the
so
team.
it was the second one. Yeah. So I remember Hunter Pence. I think it was against Kansas City. Broke the bat and double hit the ball, and it made a wicked spin, and that's how he got on base to be the tying run for them. Like literally, the bat.
Well, Kansas City was 2014. So,
okay, so
the Tigers was 2012.
Yeah. So
Texas was 2010.
The bat broke as he was
right,
swinging,
but yeah.
And he hit the ball and then hit it again.
Yeah, because of the way the bat broke, and the way the ball hit off of the bat, it made contact twice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Well, I was fun, man. I enjoyed doing the stats of all this stuff, and I hope we could do more of fun little baseball stats every once in a while, or basketball stats every once in a while. Like the whole Angel Reese stats is wonderful to hear and see. So, yeah.
Yeah. I just we because it's a little bit of a slower day, in terms of like a slower week because of not as much is happening in the world of sports. Like there's some WNBA stuff happening, but like there's just a handful of games to talk about. We have more time to talk about a little bit more of a deep dive like you did on the stats. Most walks in a season, for example, Barry Bonds in 2004 had 232. Barry Bonds in 2002 had 198, and Barry Bonds in 2001 had 197. Um, yeah.
That's crazy.
One of 17 players with 1,000 plus walks in the 21st century, and he hasn't played since 2007. So like this century he has 1,000 walks, and he only played in the first 7 years of the century. So just fun facts.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some crazy stats though. Like there's one stat that I saw, and I obviously it was a different time era. It was like late 1800s, but there's an MLB record, and you'll have to find out who it is. But the pitcher had 80 wins in a season, and I want to know more about how he got 80 wins in a season as a pitcher. So more on that one. If it's another slow week, I'll figure that one out here for you. All that being said, Cal is due next in the home run derby, so I think it might be time for us to hop on out of here and see what Cal can do in this home run derby situation here for us. So
yeah, yes, I think that's fair. Yeah, this is fun. I as much as I used to really love and enjoy baseball. I love the home run derby. It's still tough, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to enjoy at least a little bit of it. It's been on in the background. Obviously sound off. We'll see how I do with the sound on. I may just hate the sound so much and I just have to turn it off. We'll see what happens. But
well, I don't know who's announcing. Well, this is not Joe Buck.
I don't know.
It wouldn't be him. They do their own baseball analysis. But anyways, thank you guys, Sam, Pop, everybody else who's listening. You guys are listening to the SVT podcast. Subscribe on YouTube and hit the bell to get alerts when we go live. Also, if you don't have time to listen to the full episode on Mondays, we're putting out small segments throughout the week. Some of you guys have been chatting and leaving some comments for us. We'd love to hear that. We'd love to see that. We're going to try and get to those as best as we can for you guys. But also, too, you can follow us on Instagram and Threads at SVT Sports Pod and slide into the DMs. If you have any stats that you want to throw at us or any suggestions that you want to hear for the show, let us know. Otherwise, have a great night, guys. Peace.
FJF.